Canada just made a quiet move that could shift NATO's balance of power. It's paying for more F-35s, but not committing to all 88 jets. At the same time, Toronto is building GlobalEye, a surveillance aircraft that can see 350 nautical miles ahead. Is Canada buying from Washington while building an alternative in plain sight? This isn't just procurement, it's leverage. Many sectors of Canada's economy have been hit hard by US tariffs, but inside aerospace, a quieter shift is underway. While political debate focuses on fighter jets, another aircraft is reshaping the strategic landscape, GlobalEye. At Bombardier's Toronto facility, around 2,000 skilled workers are building this advanced airborne early warning and control platform. These are engineers, avionics technicians, software specialists, and systems integrators producing not a concept aircraft, but a fully operational system already flying with customers. GlobalEye is designed to replace aging platforms like the E-3 Sentry, long known as NATO's airborne radar command post. For decades, the United States dominated this sector through aircraft like the E-3 and the carrier-based E-2 Hawkeye. If NATO wanted airborne surveillance, the path ran through Washington. GlobalEye changes that equation. Built on the Canadian Bombardier Global Express airframe and equipped with mission systems from Sweden's Saab, along with European radar and components, the platform minimizes reliance on US parts. In today's political climate, that matters. Its radar can detect targets up to roughly 350 nautical miles away, tracking air, sea, and ground threats simultaneously. This isn't just an aircraft program, it's a strategic shift in who builds, supplies, and ultimately influences NATO's surveillance backbone. GlobalEye operates seamlessly over land and sea, making it adaptable to NATO's varied geography. It can track hundreds of targets simultaneously, share targeting data with fighter jets, coordinate air defense systems, and manage complex air operations. In practical terms, it multiplies the effectiveness of every fighter in the sky. Pilots can only engage what they can detect, and GlobalEye extends that detection range far beyond onboard radar limits. Its credibility is built on operational use, not marketing. Sweden received 6 GlobalEye aircraft between 2018 and 2022. The United Arab Emirates signed in 2015 and began receiving deliveries in 2017. Those aircraft are now fully operational. NATO evaluators are examining a system that has already proven itself in real-world conditions. Toronto's role builds on an established industrial base. Bombardier has long produced the Global Express business jet there, supported by mature production lines, certification systems, supplier networks, and skilled personnel. Converting it into the surveillance variant does not require a new ecosystem. Saab integrates its mission systems onto the proven Canadian airframe. Radar is installed, electronics configured, software tested, and the aircraft rolls out as a complete airborne early warning platform. The 2,000 defense-related jobs in Toronto extend far beyond direct employment. Aerospace has a strong multiplier effect. Each direct role supports additional jobs across suppliers, logistics, precision machining, and engineering services. In total, GlobalEye production sustains an estimated 6,000 to 8,000 jobs across Ontario, preserving advanced manufacturing skills and generating domestic tax revenue. Strategically, the implications are larger. Canada is producing fighter aircraft in Montreal through Saab's Gripen partnership while building surveillance aircraft in Toronto. Together, these programs form a near-complete air power package. A NATO country seeking both fighters and airborne early warning capability could acquire both without relying on US export approvals or American-controlled components. Countries like Poland, Germany, and Spain are reviewing modernization plans that include both fighter fleets and surveillance support. If they select Canadian-built Gripens paired with GlobalEye, integration is streamlined because Saab designs the system architecture across both platforms. NATO currently operates around 30 E-3 aircraft, based on a design dating back roughly 50 years. As those airframes age, maintenance costs rise and parts become harder to source. In many, upgrading them approaches or exceeds the cost of acquiring new generation platforms. Analysts estimate that if 10 NATO countries purchase 3 to 5 GlobalEye aircraft each, total demand could reach 30 to 50 aircraft. At roughly $250 million per unit, that equals $7.5 to $12.5 billion in contracts. If Canada captures about 40% of that value through production and integration in Toronto, billions in economic activity remain inside the country instead of flowing abroad. Washington's response has been measured because counter-arguments are limited. GlobalEye is built on a proven business jet platform and equipped with operational radar systems already flying with customers. Claims that upgrading older aircraft is cheaper lose strength as lifecycle costs continue to rise. And because the aircraft contains no US-controlled components, export leverage is minimal. Boeing's E-7 Wedgetail, built on the 737 airliner, is a capable competitor and serves countries like Australia, South Korea, and Turkey, but it remains subject to US export controls and ITAR regulations. Buyers accept that political tensions could affect upgrades or long-term support. GlobalEye avoids that risk. In a volatile geopolitical environment, procurement officials factor sovereignty into every decision. Timing increases the pressure. NATO's aging E-3 fleet cannot operate indefinitely. Replacement decisions must occur within the next 5 to 10 years. Delays risk capability gaps. The strategic choice narrows: acquire the American E-7 or shift toward the European-built GlobalEye. From a capability standpoint, GlobalEye offers practical advantages. It is smaller than the E-3, consumes less fuel, operates from shorter runways, and requires fewer crew members. Operating costs are lower. Its mission systems were designed for modern warfare from the start, not retrofitted onto a decades-old airframe. Over a 30 to 40-year service life, those efficiencies translate into billions in savings. Integration with the Gripen fighter further strengthens its case. Saab designs both platforms with shared architecture and compatible data links, enabling seamless information flow between surveillance and combat aircraft. For countries seeking a complete air power package, that interoperability is a decisive advantage. In high-threat environments, airborne early warning multiplies combat effectiveness. With a detection radius of roughly 350 nautical miles feeding into the network, fighters can engage targets before adversaries detect them. In conflicts where airspace is contested, extended situational awareness can determine outcomes. Beyond immediate contracts, Bombardier gains long-term strategic value. Integrating advanced military systems onto commercial airframes builds expertise applicable to future tanker programs, maritime patrol aircraft, and specialized transport variants. This is not just about one aircraft sale. It is about expanding Canada's role in shaping the next generation of Allied air power. Adapting proven business jets for defense missions strengthens Canada's aerospace base and reduces reliance on foreign suppliers. Diversifying production between Toronto and Montreal adds resilience. Pressure on one program does not stop the other. Quebec and Ontario both benefit from high-skilled aerospace jobs, creating domestic political incentives to sustain and expand these programs. Federally, the value is both economic and strategic, a dual-use industry serving commercial and defense markets. The partnership with Saab deepens that ecosystem. Montreal produces Gripen fighters. Toronto integrates GlobalEye. Shared technology, shared architecture, and long-term planning move the relationship beyond a simple buyer-seller model. Canada becomes Saab's North American anchor for a broader defense portfolio, embedding advanced manufacturing capability at home. Market conditions align for GlobalEye expansion. The industrial base is established. Operational performance is proven. NATO's replacement cycle is approaching. Interest from multiple member states is visible. In Toronto, roughly 2,000 workers directly support that momentum, with thousands more benefiting indirectly. Each aircraft delivered is not just a defense asset, it is a statement of industrial independence. Combined with fighter production in Montreal, surveillance integration in Toronto positions Canada as a central node in NATO's evolving air power network. This shift has not come through dramatic speeches. It has advanced through contracts, supply chains, and technical integration. As more aircraft enter Allied service, dependence on a single supplier for airborne surveillance decreases. Orders are judged on performance, cost, and sovereignty, not rhetoric. Each radar installed and each airframe completed incrementally shifts influence within the alliance. Change happens aircraft by aircraft, contract by contract. When alternatives exist, monopolies weaken. At the same time, Canada is maintaining its position in the US-led fighter program. Prime Minister Mark Carney has confirmed new payments tied to 14 additional F-35A Lightning II aircraft. These payments cover long lead components, parts that must be ordered years before assembly, ensuring Canada keeps its place in the production queue. While debate continues over the full 88 aircraft commitment, the immediate objective is clear: protect delivery timelines and preserve strategic flexibility as the broader air fleet review unfolds. Payments first reported by Radio Canada raised the number of F-35s in Canada's pipeline to 30 when combined with the 16 already under contract. That does not lock Ottawa into buying all 88 aircraft, But it signals something important. Canada is not willing to surrender its production slot or bargaining leverage while strategic reviews continue. In Parliament, the issue quickly became political. MP Yves-François Blanchet challenged Prime Minister Mark Carney over what he called mixed messaging, especially after earlier remarks about strengthening Canada's strategic autonomy from the United States. Carney confirmed the payments, but described them as a limited step meant to preserve flexibility. In his framing, the government is spending a relatively small amount now to keep multiple paths open later, both for defense planning and negotiations with Washington. Long lead funding is standard practice in complex programs like the F-35. Components must be ordered years in advance to secure production slots and avoid cascading delays. By authorizing these payments, Canada protects delivery timelines and maintains influence while still evaluating alternatives. One of those alternatives is a mixed fleet. Saab's Gripen E is frequently mentioned alongside the F-35 in internal discussions. Some analysts have proposed combinations such as 44 F-35s supplemented by a larger number of Gripens, arguing that diversification could balance cost, sovereignty, and capability. Critics counter that moving away from the original 88-jet plan could complicate interoperability within NORAD and NATO. Pressure from Washington is part of the backdrop. U.S. officials have suggested that significant reductions in F-35 numbers could require adjustments to NORAD integration, emphasizing the advantages of shared platforms in continental defense. Carney's approach appears calibrated: maintain access to additional F-35s without committing to the final total. The broader question now extends beyond fighters. Canada is already building advanced surveillance aircraft in Toronto through Bombardier's GlobalEye program, offering NATO members an alternative to traditional American airborne early warning systems. If Ottawa balances a continued F-35 presence with Gripen partnerships and pairs both with GlobalEye capability, Canada shifts from being primarily a buyer to becoming a builder inside NATO's defense architecture. That raises strategic questions. Will Canada proceed with all 88 F-35s, adopt a split fleet, or lean more heavily into partnerships that reduce dependence on Washington? Could GlobalEye's 350 nautical mile radar reach reshape how NATO thinks about surveillance and coordination? And if Canada becomes both a fighter customer and a surveillance producer, does that strengthen its leverage within the alliance? The decisions unfolding in Ottawa and Toronto will not just shape Canada's Air Force. They could influence NATO's balance of industrial power for decades.